Hey folks, back with another little video. This time it's another sword review, another new sword day. This time it's the Windlass 1860 Cavalry Officer's Saber. It is absolutely stunning. I got it a couple of days ago and I immediately ran out of synonyms for beautiful. Amazing, stunning, fantastic, gorgeous came up a few times. I even said no words, should have sent a poet. I keep displaying this thing upside down. Katana habits die hard, but let's flip it to the show side, I guess. Even prettier. Let's start with some close-ups. Really gorgeous. Gorgeous workmanship. Starting with the hilt. Just beautifully engraved on the inside of the knuckle guard, knuckle bow, the back strap. The end here of the knuckle bow is gorgeously chased, I think they call this stuff. On the outside of the knuckle bow, it is beautifully engraved. I also like that all the fittings, the throat, the upper ring, the lower ring, and the drag are in polished brass and are held on with flat top screws all the way. It's a stainless steel, I believe, scabbard, fingerprint magnet. It is the only sword whose scabbard I have to oil as well. We got a wood wrapped handle, a wood core handle wrapped in leather and then wound with a twisted brass wire. Stunning. Have I said stunning yet? Yeah, I think so. Just fantastic. Absolutely amazing. Like I said, whatever other synonym you can think of for beautiful, this sword qualifies. Again, up in here, look at this workmanship. Absolutely beautiful. It should have came with a pair of white gloves. I've been using white gloves to handle it. It should have came with a tube of metal polish. You're going to want it. And it should have came sharpened, but it didn't. I ordered the sharpening service from Relics. First time I ever used it. It wasn't bad. They knocked the corners off of it, but it wasn't paper cutting sharp or anything like that. So I spent off and on, altogether I'd say I put about 4.5 hours into it today, and reprofiled the front edge back to a 30-degree bevel, and got it cut and paper. It's a learning curve, pun intended. It's a learning curve. It's a one-handed beast of a sword. It's a 33-inch blade with a 39-inch overall for a one-handed sword. That's crazy. My forearm, I'm gonna bitch. My forearm is absolutely took a beating. Speaking of taking a beating, I'm gonna splice in some cutting footage right now. Windlass Cavalry Officer Saber. Oh, so beautiful. It is very beautiful, but it's very long for a one-handed sword, so kind of difficult to use. I'm making excuses already. Let's see how this goes. Ready for the first one. Stepping it up. Try the other side. Cut, but not nice. Not my best work, and quite a workout. I'll be feeling that tomorrow. Yeah, so as you can see, not my best work. It's you, not me. My ex-girlfriend used to say, it's you, not me. It's the sword. It's a learning curve. I need some practice. I can, I don't know the European term, but in Japanese they call it the takakaze, where you hear the blade cut the air when you practice swing with it. I can hear it, you know, I can get it every now and then. I put in that cutting session practically unedited, just so you could see some of the bad ones. So you could also see what a impact it took on those last two iced tea bottles. They're a beast. They're a kind of a hard target to cut on the best of a sword. And my shoddy technique with a questionable edge and a very unique to use sword made for some hard impacts. Blade stayed perfectly straight and true, nothing loosened up, nothing rattles. So good on Windlass for a nice tight construction. Let's pull the blade out, and here she is out of the scabbard. Again, unlike many of my swords, you had to display this thing Japanese upside down, blade down. It has some very nice engravings along the blade here. I don't want to cut my stand, or the felts on my stand. But you'll notice right here, we have the E pluribus unum, out of many one. I'm not telling you I know Latin, I looked that up. And on the other side, some more nice military pattern, US, and some more filigree work, kind of a little explosion, and then we get to the part that does the business. It has a very wide fuller, as you can see, that runs almost the whole length of the blade up to right here, kind of stops. It also has a secondary skinny little fuller. It's hard to see, but there's a secondary fuller that runs along the top side of the blade, which is the back side of the blade on most swords. And yeah. This black etching is prone to wiping off on the tissues and the rags when I wipe it down, so kind of limiting how much how hard I wipe on that area. But again, came factory sharpened by Relics. Meh, not bad. Not bad. The bottom portion of a Saber is not really supposed to be sharp. Only the business edge on the top. You use this bit down here for parrying other swords, so you don't want it too sharp. The front edge you want sharp. And usually the back swedge of a Saber is sharpened. It's not on this one. Again, I put some work in with the Lansky. And managed to get it fairly sharp. I'm not going to try and cut paper because it's probably not going to go well. But, you know, remotely sharp. I got it sharper than it came. And I think the rest of it is up to my shoddy technique. As I'm sheathing the sword back in its scabbard, I should also mention it has a little felt pad here that no retention whatsoever. It just kind of butts up against the throat of the scabbard, but the felt makes it a more pleasant experience than it would be otherwise. And I should also mention there is also the Saber's version of a frog, which is a leather strap that hooks onto each side of this, comes up to a center point with a hook that goes onto your belt. It's $30. I don't see the need. Maybe down the road I might buy it for display purposes, but it hangs it very low and again, edge down. Sabers were meant to be drawn from horseback. It's a cavalry saber, and so hence they sit kind of low down your leg. And I don't have a horse, so probably not going to invest in one of those saber hanger, I think it's called, which is kind of confusing to search for because there are swords called hangers as well. So anyway, I digress. But anyway, that's it. Just wanted to talk about and show the beauty that is the 1860 Windlass cavalry officer's saber. An absolutely stunning piece for my collection. I'm very happy to own it. Came with a learning curve, and I'm eager to give it a try. I have some videos saved that I'm going to work through. I'm going to give it a good, honest E for effort. The 6-cut drill, anybody who's familiar with sabers knows. And you can see when I cut that I'm not bringing the sword up. I'm not doing a whip around like they kind of tell you. A circular motion. I'm using terrible technique. So maybe down the road, once I get a little bit more confident and I get a bit more skill invested into the saber, maybe we'll fill up some more bottles and some more cups and revisit a session with it. But anyway, as always, thanks for watching, folks. Bye.